y'all weight room, y'all locker room looks about like my locker room at Douglas.
Yeah, it was whack.
I'm like, nah,
It
bro.
was
I'm
whack.
like, nah, bro. I ain't gonna be able to do this.
Yeah,
You
it was
know,
bad.
yeah. And OU had just redone their locker room and the training
The
room.
practice field.
So they just had
Right.
that
Oh,
new
they training.
the training room. They just had that new like a 15-man pool, whirlpool spa, all that type of stuff.
Right.
So I'm like, oh no, this is like
We
stay
didn't
at
have
home
none
in
of that
Douglas.
shit. Yeah.
But for
I'll be
those
like
that don't
Georgia,
know,
we moving on up.
I want to introduce everybody here. So first of all, I want to go with my partner Con because me and him doing these. We doing these Google meetings and podcasts over not just sports because we're not gonna do sports. We got buddies that's doing that. Shout out to Two Dogs out there. They doing that right now, and I encourage you guys to get on their show. But we're doing more of a political standpoint of community issues, black issues. Today's subject is about black coaches and treatments of adverse treatment to black coaches. It's a big deal. If you guys didn't check out, even last night, NFL Access, they had Garrett McGee. And Coach, you know Garrett. You knew Garrett since he was a little boy.
Oh yeah.
And some other guys, and they were talking about NFL owners giving the black quarterbacks a shot and black quarterback coaching
Right.
a shot, and black
I saw
coaches
that.
being head coaches.
Yeah, I watched.
Right. Yeah, and
I've
so
seen some of the podcasts, and
yes,
with
sir.
him and I think I was seeing him and Doug Williams talking,
Oh yeah,
and I think they were actually. Doug said that they was both at Langston there about the same time there for a minute.
right. Which I'll take a Langston coaching job. If they want to call me, I'll come back to Oklahoma and do that. But currently, me and Les both coach high school. We coached at man, I've coached everywhere. Where did we coach at together, bro?
Huh?
Where we coach at? Northwest.
Was that class together?
Yeah, class. Sorry. Northwest class. And we're there. We turned the team around from 50 years of losing. But Coach King was the head coach. Shout out to Coach King for giving us the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good black coach. To bring that up, he got railroaded.
And who was it?
Coach King, Edward King. You probably know him, Melvin.
King and he was at Northeast.
He was at Northwest.
Northwest Classic. That's
also
where you went,
Coach
right?
Rucker.
That's in my way, but I'm trying to. I don't know. That name.
You know Edward King. You probably know Edward King. You probably just don't remember him right at this moment.
Right.
But Melvin knows Coach Rucker, and him and Coach Rucker,
right,
Gibson, and all them coached. I think it was at Ida Bell's, one of them schools. I can't remember what it was.
Yep, Ida Bell. They coached at Ida Bell because they had a good track team.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And so he got the job in Northwest, and he had got me and Leslie over there. Leslie was over the offense, and of course I do what I always do in the press box. Tony, got the high-powered offense over there. Okay, so in long story short, it came to a situation where they railroaded their brother to bring in one of their guys. Well, you know how that goes.
Well, you know what? That's pretty much the same. That's pretty much the same thing they almost pretty much kind of did down at Douglas.
Yeah, that Douglas
right,
coach got
right.
railroaded like that.
Right. Well,
Wiley. I mean, what's his
Willis.
name?
Alexander.
Ray. Alexander.
And see,
And you know, huh?
They did pretty much the whole district like that. Got rid of the strong black coaches, head coaches. They did us all like that.
Yeah,
and brought it more passive.
Here this man was having somebody going to college, 2 or 3 people going to college every year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking about D1.
Oh yeah.
And most of the time, these kids wasn't even being noticed. Wasn't making no the paper. They wasn't on no rivals list. They wasn't on none of that stuff.
Right.
You know? But yet they were still going. And here this guy is taking stuff from the hood, right in the middle, and giving these kids opportunities. And it was obvious, and he was from them, and he could talk to them kids at their level.
Right.
I was there at practice many times. He had to come out and talk to him back and forth, and I liked what he was doing. I told him I like what he's doing. Things got going in time I help out. And I could not believe that they, well, I mean, I can now, because they always try to do that. But I couldn't understand why they would take somebody so influential in having success over at that place. And the stuff that which they was, the issue with was really nothing an issue at all.
Well, Coach, this is what the underlying issue is. And one of the things that go unsaid is that you have Douglas, a traditional black school like Booker T, and he is sitting in a predominantly black neighborhood. They gentrifying our area, and how they did Booker T. I think Booker T's now a magnet school, right?
Right.
Okay, and so what they're doing with Douglas is pretty much the same thing they did. They're going to do with a lot of these schools in these inner cities. They are gentrifying the area. And so, like with Willis, him building, they want to get rid of all those.
Hey, Tony,
they want to get rid of us.
Hit mute until you start talking.
Mine is on mute.
Yours is on mute. There you go.
Yeah.
So you want to get rid of all those black bodies. So the best way to do it is get rid of that strong coach, and we noticed that.
So how did that? And I noticed that they started kind of doing that at Booker T. Mel start having some shake up. The one thing I think that saved Booker T is the fact of their strong alumni.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well,
that's what's strong. That's what's now that says some things, but some things is still like some of them coaches still kind of going and still moving around. You know what they still doing that, but that saved them from just turning the program over to Lily White, because that's what they did at Douglas.
And that's what they wanted to do at Booker T, but man, alumni came out like crazy.
Right.
And
that's probably been my only that's been my only criticism of Douglas, is because such history and enrichment school have a very, very, very weak alumni association.
Why do you think that is, Tony?
Well, see, one of the reasons why that is this. You have, Coach, we get a lot of feedback.
I think it's,
I don't know what that is.
Computer.
There you go, T. There you
go. What's the problem is this, and this happened like maybe 2014. We had when they were trying to close Douglas. And I know prior to that, like you said, the alumni was really shaky. But what has been happening is that, for so many years, kind of like what happened to me and Coach at Northeast, for so many years they have been, and like they do in a lot of inner city schools, they put out there that the education is poor, then the teachers are poorly funded. Being a teacher myself, coach being a teacher, we're very poorly funded. And then what? Another step that they did was they started closing a lot of the schools that feed into Douglas, and getting rid of those seasoned teachers that gave us some type of quality.
Right.
And then so when you do that, what happens is that you have less, and you know how a lot of us black folks be. We see them white boys, I guess I shouldn't say that, but I am going to say it. We see them, the grass is greener on the side, so we start fleeing to those out like the youth
suburb schools.
Yeah. So, and we think that's better, but like if you see the height in the community, what's going on in the communities now with the whole movement happening now, everybody's pro this right now, but that should have been something that we should have kept going in it from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So now what's going on now is that, and I'm not saying it's too late or it won't happen, but in my community right now in Oklahoma City, on the east side of Oklahoma City, close to they just, like I said before, they gentrifying our area, and a lot of our alumni are either dead or those ones that are my age or a little bit older, like that 85, 86 era years. Their kids are older or have graduated, and they don't understand the significance of like a Booker T or what Douglas did. You see what I'm saying?
Right. They don't know the history.
They don't know the history.
I don't want to interrupt real quick.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
One quick thing.
It really went a lot further than the 2000s. I mean, we've been weak for years in our alumni, because I went to college with a lot of people who went to Booker T. I was married to, both of my wives both went to Booker T. And so I've been ingrained in the culture and having to see them having homecomings and them stuff for years, not just in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So they've been having, and so that is something that they teach their kids. See, their kids grow up knowing about the history, even before they even learn about the history. They're taken to those type of things, and that stuff was what I was brought up with when I was a kid, because everybody in my family went to Booker T. I'm the youngest of 10. My mother, my brothers, all my brothers and sisters went there. My auntie, my uncle. You know what I'm saying? And when I was growing up, that was a thing what you did. Went to the parade, went there. That was a highlight event. And for some reason, right after my year, right after the 80s, right after that time frame, it just dropped off.
Man.
It just dropped off. You know, the Soul Bowl between Douglas and Millwood, they used to have to put on Saturday because it was so many people come to the game that it was like a college game.
It was.
You know, the Booker T. Washington game. It was like and when you took away those things, man, it was unbelievable. When we was growing up as kids, that's what we wanted to do, go and hang out and stuff. Now, man, it just, like I say, I'm really depressed. When I went to, I got inducted into that Millwood Douglas Hall of Fame 2 years ago. I had to come and talk and speak. I was embarrassed at a home game that nobody was in the damn stands.
Hey,
Are you serious?
No. Let me cut you off. What's going on? Oh, okay. Let me cut you off, Coach. I appreciate this information. I think I was at Millwood. I don't think so. You got inducted last year or the year before last?
Huh?
Coach Rayburn. You got it last year or year before last?
Year before last.
Okay. All right. So I think I was at the last year's Hall of Fame induction. You played in the Soul Bowl. I was helping out Millwood. But I wanted to piggyback what you was talking about, Coach, about Booker T, and we was talking about Melvin and a lot of alumni. And they do have a very strong alumni. However, they still go through the same discrimination, I would say, and the same issues. And it's a little bit more secretive what they're doing. For instance, right now, Melvin is being, in my opinion, discriminated against for his out vocal uh, efforts to make sure black alumni are be given a chance to be head coach of Booker T. Right now, uh, we're in talks with the community leaders to have him put in the Hall of Fame for this situation. So I do agree with y'all. Like he said, you made a good point, Coach Rayburn. You said that they have a strong alumni, but it's still being done to people to ensure that this adverse treatment is being done to black leaders, black coaches. I have a bad taste in my mouth about it because both of you gentlemen are very promising to the young people. Young people may not know nothing about you. So if you don't get inducted into the Hall of Fame, you don't get your deserved. They don't know.
Can I see your phone?
And in the future,
I'll get on.
I can pull you out. I can pull you out. Young people might not know.
But can you look up on my name and see if you can?
Mute your mic, sir.
You can go up on the coat. I don't know. You might have friends. You can go up under there and see if you can open it up.
Mute your mic if you. But I want to make sure we cover that because
West
that's the point.
I think West.
So still right now, Booker T have a great alumni component. They still punish people like Melvin for speaking up. Okay, so
well, man, I would tell y'all this, man. What's happening in Tulsa is happening all over the state in the black schools because let's go back. Let's go back. Back in the day, in the early, let's go back to the early 80s.
Yes, too.
Early 80s. Actually, even the 70s. I can remember the 70s because my brother played at Booker T in the 70s. Now, Booker T was not a magnet school then, but they were one of the top academic schools in the state. Then they went to make Booker T a magnet school. And let me tell you why they wanted to make Booker T a magnet school. It's because it was all black and we were ranked in the nation academically and athletically. So the Europeans that really had a little bit of money, not a lot of money, where the Cassia Halls, the Holland Halls, they didn't have enough money to make any calls at those places. But they could come to a public school, Booker T, and get a private education, and they can put their money in it where they could make some calls. That's when Booker T started. That's when Booker T started going down. When they made it, the worst thing for Booker T was the magnet program. That was the worst thing because it took away from our history. It took away from us really stressing our history. Now they wanted to come in and they wanted to make calls and they wanted to do away with the history and they wanted to create their own history. And that was the biggest problem I saw in Booker T because they said it was supposed to be 50% black, 50% white. And the Asian, the Indian, the other nationalities was supposed to come out of the 50% for the white, not the black. But all of a sudden now, that's not what's happening. Booker T today is probably 40% black.
Wow.
40% black. And now that they have this IB program, it's called the IB program, you get monies from the state the more IB students you have. So now it's about money. It's not about history. It's not about, because when I was at Booker T, we were ranked in the top 5 academically. We had my senior year, we had 256 seniors. 252 of us went to college on scholarships.
Wow.
The president came to our school to give us an award because we had the most students going to college on scholarships in our senior year. And we were ranked number 3 in the nation academically. And we took state in 5 different sports, including we took state in the academic bowl. We won a national championship in the academic bowl. So not only were we athletic, we were intelligent. And Booker T was teaching us how to be individuals. They were teaching us how to speak up. Our teachers said, if it don't make sense, ask the question.
Right.
And now teachers don't want kids to ask questions. Kids ask questions. Now they saying they're being
defiant.
That's right. They're being hostile when they ask questions.
Yes,
that's what they're being. So now they suspend them. Now let me tell you how it is at Booker T. You can live down the street from Booker T, and you can't go to Booker T.
Right.
That's ridiculous to me. It's so ridiculous, but they're doing it on purpose because they're trying to take away our history. For the first time, I've been on every committee to hire a football coach or a basketball coach. The last 4 or 5 coaches at Booker T, I've been on the committee. For the first time, I haven't been on the committee for basketball or football. We hired Conley Phelps, OU guy from Cleveland, Oklahoma. Great guy. Graduated in 84. I know him well. Played AAU basketball with him. They called and asked if I would support Conley Phelps as the coach. Conley Phelps called me. I said, man, I can't do it. I said, Conley, black guys want to be head coaches too.
Right.
I said, Tulsa has 3 schools where a black guy can be a head coach. That's Booker T, McLean, and Central. That's it.
Right.
So now, if we're gonna give one of those jobs away to a white person, now that's 2 schools. Do you ever think Jinx, Union, Owasso, Broken Arrow will ever have a black coach?
No.
Never. Never. So why do we have to give up Booker T? They won't give up Jinx, Union, Owasso, Broken Arrow. So I spoke out about that. That is one of the main reasons that I'm not in the Tulsa Public Schools Hall of Fame. That's one of the main reasons. Because I speak up about that.
They went a little further with justice because of being in public. And once the busing started back years ago, okay,
right,
and that changed all the dynamics of Douglas. Because again, I got every one of my brothers and sisters went there. So from the time I was walking, pretty much, I was going to Douglas something.
Right.
And when you're dealing with the public, like he started saying, they started doing gentrification because when blacks started getting 2 nickels to rub together,
right,
and understandably so, they wanted to have their kids in places to get better education. They wasn't going for the athletics. It was going for education. They started moving out to the suburbs, moving to the Edmonds, moving to the Yukon, moving out in places.
Right.
Okay, and so still not able to penetrate those other things. So what you do, you water down the athleticism and that instead of all 10 of them kids going to Douglas, now you got 2 going here, 3 going there, 1 going right, and now you got them all spread out.
That's right.
So now you got the one who played over in Deer Creek looking like a superstar in that little district. Okay, that, you know how that went. And because it's an Oklahoma City school, then you are subject to everything that they're going to do. You really don't have a voice on those things. Like you said, they tried to close it back for a while. The worst thing they did with Douglas was made it a prep school, not prep school, but where they brought in 6th and 7th graders. You cannot have, you got 6th graders with seniors.
Yeah, that's not.
And
that
you
can't
know
happen.
damn well that when girls mature earlier than guys do. And what does girls always do? They want to talk to older guys. That's been the oldest thing in the book.
Right.
So now you got, and not only that, you got a damn daycare at the school. So kids are coming to school, bringing their kids to go to daycare. You basically encouraging them to have some kids.
Correct.
And you gonna put them around. You putting a 12 and 13-year-old around 18-year-olds.
Right. That's a bomb waiting to happen.
Yeah. So now you got this. Really, I mean, it's a fragment. Douglas is just a fragment of what it used to be. It's really a
Booker T
fragment
is too.
of what
Booker
it
T is
is.
too.
And,
Booker
and,
T
and
is
I
the same way.
and I say fragment, I'm talking about like a third of what it used to be. We had
Oh,
so much history.
You're telling the truth.
We
yep.
had so much history in the Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma region. Our band was always number one. It was in
Yes.
all the parades,
Yes.
our choir. I mean, Douglas was just a mainstay. And the only thing we did, we looked as a rival, not just athletics with Booker T. We looked
Right.
at because they was at the same level as us on all accounts.
Correct.
They was artistic, they was intelligent, they was smart, they was all these things they had. They was another black school just like us.
Right.
That's right.
And
You're
Just
exactly
like
right.
us.
You're
for me
exactly
to
right,
just chime
Tony.
in there, uh, as a young man coming up, you guys were doing y'all thing. I was a spectator to it. I was just getting into. I was that sixth grader you talking about. When you guys were out there doing y'all thing, and Douglas come to town, we would go to Douglas too. My uncle
That's
would
right.
drive to Douglas too. That was a game we did not miss, and we look forward to Douglas and Booker T hooking up every year. That was one thing that I definitely remember growing up. I used to ask my uncle when they played Douglas. When they played Douglas, he said, "Boy, it ain't time." But when it was time, I remember the fanfare. I remember the people. I remember the bands. I remember the athletes.
I remember getting rocks thrown at our bus.
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But you
Oh
know what?
yeah.
And that right there is that, and which I didn't understand is why they stopped the year-long rivalry some years
Right.
ago.
Why did they? Yeah, they
Why
stopped
did
that.
they even stop that?
But let me tell you why, Tony. They stopped it because of the history.
Right.
Yeah,
They
Right.
want to kill all
that's it.
history.
That's exactly.
That's what it
That's
was.
exactly.
And I
And
tell you,
and and,
there
and,
was
and
no better rival than we always had in-city rivals, which was McLean, but we had a turnpike rival, which was Douglas.
yeah,
And guess
yeah.
what? We don't play either one now.
Yeah, and you know what? Ours in turn, our city rivalry. Yeah, we had the. I mean, it was going, but it was Millwood. They
Right.
eventually
Right.
came up, and even though Millwood was playing with the 2A, we like, dude, how y'all gonna play with them little bitty 2A? And y'all got all these horses over here. But
Right.
nevertheless, that was our in state rivalry,
Right.
and it just I don't know, it just mystifies me
It has to
that
be a fair
that
playing
now
field.
we
It
have
has to be a fair
we
playing
have we
field.
have built up, just like in Tulsa, blacks
Mm-hmm.
have built up the Jinx.
Right.
We built up the
That's right.
Edmonds. We
That's
built up
right.
the Mustangs, the Yukons, and all them schools. We made them, put them on the map with
Right.
our people,
Exactly. With
and
our guys.
made them national powerhouses.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
We made them guys show up. Jinx, Wasso, them guys show up on national things. And guess what?
Right.
Most of the guys who come from them schools don't end up making it.
No,
Right.
they do not. They
When
do
they go
not.
to when they go to college, they a 5-star this, but most of them don't make it.
That's right. That's exactly right, Tony. That's exactly
And
right.
so we got watered down. Our schools got watered down. These inner cities got watered down. I can speak for Oklahoma City. Now you got Mustang. You got Yukon. You got Edmond. You got 3 schools in Edmond. You know what?
That's right.
When I came here, Deer Creek was they had the elementary, the junior high, and the high school all on one campus.
Right.
All on one campus. Now, Deer Creek got 15 elementary schools. They got 10 junior high schools. They still got the one one high school. But
Right.
they're so spread out. I'm just talking about the growth that they've
They,
had.
they spread
Right.
out. They spread
Man,
out.
it's unbelievable, and that you have never seen black people at these places now, and that is in one of Norman High School, Norman
Right.
North.
That's right.
You know what? So now the black kids are trying to go specifically to those schools so they can get notarized.
That's right. Jinx was the same way. Jinx, when I was at Booker T and my brothers were at Booker T, we couldn't get a scrimmage. Nobody would scrimmage us. I remember Broken Arrow said, most definitely not, we won't scrimmage y'all. Now all of a sudden, they and it's such a big business for Jinx, Union, or Wasso. For instance, the kid from Owasso, the kid that's playing for the Raiders right now, the running back from McLean.
Oh, Jacobs.
His little brother played for Owasso.
How did OU miss out on him? And Oklahoma
Dude,
State miss out on him.
he only played like 5 games his senior year because he got injured.
Okay.
But he was still the best running back in the state.
In the state, yeah.
In the state,
Wow.
he's bigger and faster than his brother right now.
Wow.
But they have a little brother. They have a little brother that's in the 8th grade that's better than both of them.
Really?
Guess what school he's at? He's at Owasso. Them dudes live around the corner from McLean.
Wow.
But Jacobs is in the pros now, so he done went and bought him a big house now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the things that's happening. And, you know, like for instance, like Tony said, since he could walk, he was going to Douglas games.
Mm-hmm.
I was the same way. Look at my history. My mother was Miss Hornet, 1953. My father was a superstar athlete. My oldest brother was an All-American, played for the Dallas Cowboys, Houston Oilers. Everybody in my family was athletes and went to Booker T. I had no choice. I grew up when I was a kid. When Booker T lost, I cried. That's the way it was, man.
Yeah.
So it was no doubt where I was gonna go. It was no doubt where Tony was gonna go. It was no doubt. You could have said you wanted to go somewhere else, but
you know what?
Happening.
Hey, man, here's the thing. We didn't even want to go nowhere else.
No.
Right.
No.
It was, you know what? It was, we used to laugh and talk about some of the other kids. It's like, you gonna go someplace else. They wanted to come to Douglas. It was just so rich with just tradition and things. Dude, we imitated the drummers. We get in trouble doing the drum beats in our class when we was in junior high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the ingrainedness that history teaches you. That subconsciously, you just know the damn drum beats and you're in the 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's how influenced we was. We had people that we looked up to in the community because, you know what? Again, they was, you know, they Friday Night Lights and seeing these guys. You see them around in the community. And it's a shame, though, right now that I go to Douglas and it's a shell. Like I said, it's a shell of what it is. You know, I go to some of the different games. It's a shell from that standpoint. You know, and it's unfortunate. I don't even know how to try to do anything to help.
Right. It's so fragmented. It's so fragmented.
Yeah, I don't know what I can do to help, man.
Truth be told, it's not a lot that they would even allow you to help, because this is what I'm gonna say about that. And the reason why I say this is because now the way the system is set up is kind of like how they do Booker T. They got coaching, and coach, correct me if I'm wrong, whoever the AD is up there, he kind of got a stranglehold on everything, correct?
Oh, yeah.
The coach at Douglas now?
In Tulsa. I'm talking about in Tulsa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jonathan Brown.
So it's the same way in the Oklahoma City public schools where the AD used to be this guy named Sinar. I can't think of his first name. But he's the same guy who got rid of Willis at Douglas and all these other black coaches around the city. Myself, Coach Henderson, and our coach that was at Northwest Classroom. They cleaned house. So when they cleaned house, he ended up hiring this lesbian chick that was she was actually the softball coach at Northwest Classroom when we were there. They fired the AD at our school after they cleaned house at Classroom, because we were kind of trying to bring Classroom back when we were at a write-up and all kind of stuff like they hadn't went on a winning streak in 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
50.
Was it 50, Coach? And so we had a write-up all in the paper.
I was going to say, because they wasn't winning when I was there.
Okay. And I'm telling you, when they did that, when they used these, when Sinai moved people around all it did was allow for them to place dummies inside or dummy fixtures inside those schools to keep the athletics from growing. And that's the same way they did with Douglas. They brought this white boy that was from Wagner or somewhere like that. He hadn't won nothing. He came to Douglas. Let me back up. They brought this brother he came from he played, I guess I don't know if he played a pro.
He was from the city. That brother that came.
Nino.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there because he had talent. He didn't want to be there. And matter of fact, I had talked to him several times, and this is when I was at class, and went over there talking because I had sent my oldest son. He was a junior, and we transferred him. Was trying to get him to come over there and play with Douglas last year, and so he kind of like looked at me crazy, and so I said, well, what you gonna do with this talent over here? And he said, well, we're gonna try to make a push for the playoffs, which they ended up being like, I think 8-4, 8-5, or something like that. Whatever they finished. But what ended up happening is that he ended up leaving after that first year. And you know how our kids be. We started seeing that nobody cared about us. And they were already tearing Douglas down. Was sending all these kids was leaving, going to the Edmond Santa Fe's and UConn and more and so on and so forth, and Midwest City. So what happened was that they brought this white boy in, and that dude, man, I guess he probably went. I'm not saying, maybe like 2-20 something.
I know we put it on, but anyway, go ahead.
And so the dude at
Millwood beat the brakes off of them. It was halftime, and it was probably 40-something-0.
Well, listen, the dude at Millwood is one of my good friends, and I told him, I actually teach at Millwood, and I told him, one of the kids was talking, I said, let me tell y'all something, because I have a lot of the players come in my classroom, and I started doing some stuff with the junior high because I tried to go to Douglas when Willis was there, and that's neither here nor there. It's a long story. But
mine too.
What happened is that they were kind of talking a little crap in there. I said, let me tell y'all something. The difference between this school and Douglas is a coach. That's all I said. And I was telling the facts because you had to get somebody in there, like you said, you were asking, what could you do? Well, the thing is that it's a lot to be done, but now it's to the point where
if they let you do it.
If they let you do it, that's one thing. But seeing that they have these figureheads in place, they're not trying to let all that happen. They can try to do it out of Texas. Oh man, where did he come from? Not Scott. Not Oh, I'm trying to think what black schools down there in Texas.
I want to pick in right there, Leslie. You know, I was on the coaching staff at Millwood when we doing the Soul Bowl. And I'm gonna tell you the difference in Millwood and the difference in Douglas right now. Not back in the day, because back in the day Douglas used to whoop that tail, but right now, they play on grass. So I guess Langston was on grass. I can't remember if Langston was on grass or turf, or there was something going on. And so Franklin was able to take the guys during lunch, travel to Langston, and practice on the field. Douglas didn't get that opportunity. Now, hold on, Coach. In my opinion, coaching for 20 years, that's a big advantage. If you can take your boys and they can practice on the day before the game and practice on the field that you're going to play on, and the Douglas boys didn't get the opportunity to do that.
Well, here's the thing, Charles. There's some turf fields, a high school in the city
in
that
Oklahoma
they go
City.
to. It has nothing. It has nothing to do.
Right.
It is okay. So
but just the fact that they got to do it during lunchtime, though.
Right. What Willis was able to do is that he was from the boys, from the people. I remember Willis. I was coaching, helping Coach Stan White coach back in the day. I just go out and just help. I was a volunteer coach, just kind of helping out because I like being around. Willis was actually in school at that time, and Willis, he would be on Willis's ass all the time because Willis is a little joke artist. Willis ain't never changed. Okay, he messed with him in practice back and forth. Long story short, Willis know that mentality. He's just kind of that's just the way he is. If you would hear some of his practice and how he talked to some of them kids, my first time out there, I was like, oh. But as I started listening and seeing the interactions, that's what they understand. That's how they related to one another.
And Coach, let me say this: I've applied for that job 2 times. I didn't get an interview. Okay, I'm a Douglas alum. My family's big all Trojan, you know. And so this is what my thing was about Willis, is that, like what you said, because when I was at Northeast, man, we didn't have too much of anything when we got over to Douglas. But I sure hated to play my alma mater coaching at Northeast. But I didn't care. I love football, and so I said, okay, I'm a coach. We go in here and put something on them. And even though we lost, my thing is that when Willis came over there, you know what I'm saying, kind of talking to us, the way he was kind of joking, I kind of took it like, well, it's probably good that I'm not here at Douglas, because I mean, I don't approach it like that, and maybe the kids do, but kind of like in the era that we in now, I just remember, like you said, Coach White. I played up on Coach White too. I remember how Coach White was with us. He was kind of like, he would joke here and there, but for the most part, it was no nonsense, man. You know, he kind of got to what running what he wanted to run, doing what he wanted to do.
He didn't joke with us.
Huh?
He was like, you know, like when a parent has multiple kids, he's real strict on the early ones. But as he gets older, parents get older, like, you know what, shit, y'all can run through the house with scissors if you want to. You know, just don't clean up the blood.
Right, exactly.
Listen here, when we was going through, brother, look here, we don't even have no fucking water breaks.
Right.
If we didn't hit stuff, we didn't have water breaks. You know,
water break. What's the water break?
But like you said, Leslie, Willis did go on that level, and that wasn't mine, because that's what I said. When I went at that practice, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But what I saw was, even though it was unorthodox, it wouldn't be something I would do, they had a mutual kind of respect going. You know what I'm saying? He did have a mutual respect going with them clowns, and he would, like I said, the way he talked to him, he would be fired today if one of them people said something now, because you just can't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But here's what happened though. Those kids can relate to him. And one other thing you said, when kids start thinking that you don't care about them, they already hear about that, and they already hear about them going to school. Now you showing them you don't care about them. Guess what they do? Act out.
That's right.
Right.
They act a fool, even more of a fool. If y'all think I'm not gonna be nothing, guess what? I'm gonna show you I'm not gonna be nothing. And now you're gonna bring somebody in here who's not not in depth in the culture. They don't know nothing about the history. They don't know none of those things. And you hear these now. But I'm amazed at how parents are coming out the stands and they holler at the coaches, "Put my son to do this, do this." I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
I got that a lot when I was at Northeast.
Not to interrupt you, Coach. The parents would run out there on me like that. When I was in Hamilton back in the day, when I left Central and went over to Hamilton, and I was probably the most winningest coach in Hamilton history. I would say, "You're not playing." And they say, "Why?" I said, "Because your daddy ran on this field trying to tell me what to do and tell your daddy that I'm the coach of this team." But then I changed it up. I loved this little game. But I wanted him to understand that. So when he went home, he told his daddy, "Hey, Dad, please don't do that again." Coach Henderson did not take that lightly. He said that he wasn't going to play me if you did that again. And I wanted him to do that.
Guys, here's how I handled that when I first started elementary school. The parents started a chant, "We want so and so." So I go down on the sideline. I go to the kid. Now this kid barely made practice, but they want him to play. So I say they start hollering, "We want so-and-so. I said, well, man, do you hear him hollering for you? He said, yeah. I said, well, go on up there and sit with him. Go on up there. Go sit with him.
There.
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he do, Mel?
He told him to shut up. Shut up. Stop that.
Shut up.
And see, here's it. And you know what? And again, we know some things of how to deal with our people.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. Now, you know what? We're gonna have still clowns in the stands gonna do that. But when they see that you're when they see that you're serious about it and where it's kind of going, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that you're doing something positive. Because everybody right now, especially because most of them single mothers out there, they think that their kid is gonna be the next Ezekiel Elliott or the next whatever, because because little Johnny used to run up and down the field in Little League. You know what? Well, little Johnny matured before everybody else. Now, little Sam, who was little skinny and going, now little Sam's running up and down the field kicking little Johnny's ass.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And because of that,
tackle now.
yeah, right. And so, you know, I got shit. What's his name? Matter of fact, he went to Northwest Classen. Bud went to Northwest Classen, played with me, but his son ended up going to Missouri, played in Missouri, and now he coaching out in Mustang.
Oh,
Bud Wickers? No.
Robert? No. What is his name?
Oh my gosh.
Bud is his father. Me and Bud played together, and he went to Northwest Classen. But his son ended up going, played in Missouri, played a little bit pro, and then came on back. But he's out in Mustang, changing the whole program. Oh, they think that he's the best thing since sliced bread. But once again, you got this brother that's now in this white area, okay, out there. Right. And what he's doing is he's got enough brothers in skill positions. You know what?
Right.
And if you know anything about football, you can put some things together. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got a little advanced knowledge of college and how things are kind of going. You got some brothers in skill positions. All you need is 2 or 3 people, brother. You can really, in high school, you can really run things.
That's right. That's right.
When people used to be like, dude, coach, I had my head coach was like, you had an offense going. I said, man, look, all I had, be honest with you, coach, was my son at the time, and you can back me up on this, Coach Henderson. He was a junior. He was a junior, which he would already play. I had my son playing any position. But he was an athlete. So I knew that I could put him at running back if I needed him. So all I really had was about 5 pieces, and I had a big Indian that was about 6'1", 6'2", but he could throw the ball. He wasn't fast as molasses, but he could throw. And let me tell you something. I had two really nice receivers. My son, another kid that was a senior, and a decent running back and that quarterback. And my line was half-ass decent blocking at Northwest Classen. And I'm talking about Northwest Classen, okay? Mm-hmm. And so all you really, what you're saying is true. All you have to know is the X's and O's to put the pieces in the right position.
Hey, listen, you got X and O. You can have a piss poor line. If you just get them to understand, listen, I don't need you to push his ass out there. All I need you to do is stand your ass and get in the way. The ball goes this way. Just stand up and turn this way, and that's all you gotta do. If he gotta push you out the way, that's enough to get my running back through that. If I got good running back, I'm going to design plays for my skill position. So if I got a quarterback who can run and throw, guess what? I'm gonna put his ass on the edge and give him a run pass option. It ain't rocket science. It is not rocket science. It is not rocket science. And they try to make this thing so analytical and all this shit. No, it ain't.
Yeah.
No, it ain't.
It's basic. It's basic and it's fundamental. Yes.
It's basic and fundamental. The fundamentals. And see, that's how I learned it. Because and the crazy thing, I spent about 11 years, and this might sound crazy, but I used to coach Little League football. But I spent about 11 years kind of getting my teeth kicked in by. And see, I used to take myself to the south side because, I had a few little pieces, but then on the south side, those parents paid. So when I come to the east side, to Oklahoma City, over here at Edwards Park and played, I always had the competition was always my black players for sure. Had a couple of teams, but one thing I understood is that all you doing is teaching fundamentals. We ain't trying to take you. My parents always say, "Well, I want my son to play for da da da." I said, "Ma'am, you know I had a few of those, ma'am. All I could tell her was, all I'm trying to do is get the kid to block. All I'm going to do is run the ball in the right hand."
Because what do they think? What all of us think, that everybody thinks that because you're black, you don't do fundamentals. You just use your athletic ability to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? And that is farthest from the truth, because, brother, we used to. I'm amazed that people, when I got to college, they don't know how to tackle. I'm like, dude, we was tackling when we was playing Little League Pop Warner.
Right.
You know, you put two people on the ground and you jump up and one tackle the ball and the other one got the ball in the hand.
That's
right. So fundamentals that's one, fundamentals. Two, having the right people in place, that has the personality, that right disposition, the personality to know how to deal with these things. Because most of these people, like I said, they taking these jobs, they don't want to do that. And another thing about Sinai, he was at Deer Creek when we moved here. He was at Deer Creek. He was an assistant principal. All right. And when I started going there, he started knowing I was going there. You know, my sons was going there. He wanted to come and talk to me, yada, yada, yada. He was a half-ass basketball player, wasn't very good. You know what I'm saying? And he's from the city, back and forth. And he took that job, and he took another job when he left there as assistant principal, went down there, and he started running havoc. I don't know if you remember Ingersoll. You remember Phil Ingersoll, Leslie?
Phil Ingersoll.
Yeah, he ran Phil and them off. He basically ran Phil and them off. Phil got a position. He got the athletic director. Phil was the athletic director.
Yeah.
He got it. And they basically did the same thing. They got these people in there because they want to, it's almost like leave our poor black kids alone. We know what's best for them. Okay, like they do in any social service, what they want to do to us. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep us on that welfare tent. They want to think that we don't know nothing. We can't do it without your help and your assistance. You know what I'm saying? So bring in the white shadow, to come in here and teach these people some manners and some fundamentals, and maybe they can do something. Because right now they don't have no class. Look at them out on the field. Look how they talking to the rest, all that type of shit. They blow up all that shit, but they don't look at the systemic stuff that they do starting at elementary school by fragmenting the damn community.
That's right.
Hey, Tony, if you guys don't mind if I get in there right there, you say some good
Go
stuff.
ahead.
Yeah. First of all, me and Les, and even you, I know Melvin knows, he's done this too. As black coaches, we teach our kids not to do those things you just mentioned. You do not talk to the ref. My kids knew not to talk to the ref. They knew that the ref was not going to be on our side. We would tell them, expect the bad calls. We play through the bad calls. But you do not talk to the ref. You do not show them. You do not sit down on the field. You take a knee. Certain things you do to make it look like we're an organization. We're here to look good. We're not here to look terrible. Because we knew if we did those things, we'd be in the principal's office in the morning. And the principal would be like, "You embarrassed us as a school. We need these things fixed." I was sitting in the stands and I was embarrassed. It was an eventful night. I've even been tasked to control people's parents. And I told the principal, I said, "Ma'am, this is out at Clinton High School, Clinton Middle School." And I said, "Ma'am, there's no way that I can tell a grown parent what to do. That's your job. If you want to ban the parent, ban them. I can't coach football and control the stands. I can only do one or the other. Which one do you want? Or I want you to coach football, coach. Okay, well, thank you. Go ahead and take care of that on your end." So, as I want to say to you, what the question I have for you guys is, when do you think African American, people of color, coaches, I don't want to say African American black folks, but just Native Americans. You got all kind of different denominations that don't get an opportunity like us. When will we start getting these Dallas Cowboy jobs, these head coaching jobs, and Booker T, which they should be getting, but I'm talking about the high profile jobs.
Well, let me answer that first. When you talk about the NFL, that is probably, and Tony can chime in on here, that's probably the biggest slave mentality organization. And let me tell you why I say that. Same way in the NBA. If you want to own a team, the owners have to get together and say, yes, you can own a team.
Huh.
That's the good old boy system at its best.
At its best. Whoa.
At its
Oh
best.
yeah. Well, you're not gonna get. I would say this, that the NBA is far more progressive than the NFL could ever be.
Ever.
I mean, what this Colin Kaepernick stuff really showed was about the black, like Mel just said, it really showed the epitome of the slave mentality, slave master mentality. It was almost that Jerry Jones came out he almost said this: niggas, if you don't have your toe on the line, you will not be paying for me. That's exactly what he said. The only thing he left out was nigga.
That's right.
That's the only thing he left out. He said you better have your toe on the line.
That's right. That's right.
Now,
Think about this, Tony. You exactly right, man. When I played for the Eagles, Buddy Ryan was our coach. When the national anthem was played, we had to stand on the line, a helmet in one hand, your other hand behind your back.
Wow.
If you moved, you got fined.
Mm-hmm.
If you moved, if your face was itching and you scratch your nose, you got fined.
Wow.
You could not move. But what people don't understand is, in the 70s, when the national anthem was played, the players was in the locker room.
Yeah,
they wasn't even on the field.
They didn't start this bringing that tying the flag to the NFL to the later. I mean, that wasn't the way that shit used to be.
It's not.
And here's the thing. You know what? If they really want to start talking about the degradation of the flag, here's the thing. You're not supposed to have the flag on any material, no bandanas, no shirts, no nothing. And another thing they don't do. We know when they put the flag out, they walk it out and it's laying horizontal and it's got a bunch of people on it. The flag ain't supposed to be horizontal either.
It's supposed to be vertical. That's right.
It is never supposed to be horizontal. So you know what? You're talking about degrading. But again, I digress. When you saw this stuff with Colin Kaepernick, it really pulled the wool out. It was almost like turning the lights on at a Ku Klux Klan meeting.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it was like turning the lights on at a Ku Klux Klan meeting. You know they're in there. You just don't know who's in there. But when you turn the lights on, you're like, God damn, Jerry, I know you was in there. And you know what? Here's what. A lot of people, you thought, oh, yeah, motherfucker, I thought you was going to be in here. But the surprising thing was you saw a lot of people in there you didn't think was going to be in there.
That's right. That's right. Well, to be honest, guys, I was when Trump came to Tulsa, I said, I'm finna really see who's who now.
That's right.
I said, we're gonna see who's at this rally and who's not at this rally. And I tell you, man, I saw some things that I suspected, but now I know.
Well, I had to cut a bunch of folks off. Now, look, we talking about when you talk to people who've been in the military, let's say like they was in the Vietnam War, something like that. Right. And you talk to those guys, and I used to work at General Motors as my summer job when I was in college at OU. And my summer job one year was at General Motors. Okay, so you got a lot of vets working out there. Mm-hmm. Okay. I saw some guys, these two guys, one was white, one was black. And I'm telling you what, these brothers were thick as thieves. And I used to listen to them talk. And they're talking about that the man next to you, he said sometimes they be in camp and every man on other side of you is dead. Because the snipers, them people have snuck in your camp. Because it's mental warfare. Because they killed your person on each side of you. If you woke up, the person on both sides of you was dead. That's mental warfare, meaning I can get you at any time. And so they was talking about that you don't care who it is, white, black, or indifferent. If this man got your back, they got your back. You see what I'm saying? And these men was like that. So that was the same thing like playing ball, Mel. You know what? It's like going to war. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Black, and indifference, brother. When I'm down and you got my back, I told Bosworth one time, this motherfucking picture right here hanging behind me, we was playing Baylor one year. And we was going back and forth. Dude was popping off, yeah. He called me old punk ass Peckerwood something, and Bosworth called me nigga. Standing right there. I'm standing right there. And I'm like, you know what? Boom. You know what? We on the same side. And I won't stand up for you. But you can best believe, I said, look here.
We're gonna deal with
that. Don't you ever say that bullshit. I mean, outside this motherfucker.
Right.
You might be the boss. I mean, because people don't understand how that was even created in the first place. But they may think of this persona, but just like Coach Switzer would say, every time we meet, you ain't even the best linebacker on the team.
No.
Yeah, he said all the time. But my thing is, my point is that you are like, these are your brothers. These are who you will fight and die for. And brother, when this stuff with Trump and some of these people I haven't had in my house, I've been in their houses, we have sit around, we have went out to dinner, we've done all this stuff. But I'm sitting around seeing this stuff and I'm like, dude, really? How can you even follow this guy if you claim to be my friend?
That's right. That's right.
So what you've been telling me for 30 years, you ain't really been my friend.
It's really a lie. It's really a lie. That's right. And Tony, you know this like I know. That's a great segue, guys. Y'all know what's going on in Stillwater with Mike Gundy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hears this. For the first time, I probably didn't talk to OSU's athletic director. Out of 5 days, he didn't call me 3 of them.
Wow.
So I'm saying.
Now this is recorded.
And I'm saying, man, that thing that's going on, what I'm saying is all public anyway. Mm-hmm. It's some big decisions that got to be made in Stillwater.
Yeah.
And if they don't handle this correctly,
amen,
this can be a death sentence for Oklahoma State.
That's right.
Because the brand is in jeopardy right now.
That's right.
And you know what, Mel? And to piggyback off of that, here's what. See, OSU, some of the OSU people have gotten a little uppity because of what Boone Pickens has been able to, his money has been able to do. That money is what allowed to attract. But I tell you why I didn't go there. It wasn't because I said the coach. It wasn't I said because the players. It was because of fucking facilities. I'm like, I ain't coming here for these facilities. When you got that top-notch facilities and you can go out and get her. That's like trying to go get a girl on a date and you drive up in an old beat-up pickup and it got trash all in the floor. She ain't trying to get in there with you. She ain't trying to get in that car with you. But you ride up in there something nice. So Boone Pickens, his money has allowed OSU to elevate, to get top-notch people, and to look relevant. Okay, correct. Unfortunately, some of these people that's backing from OSU has forgotten their history, and they think that they've always been at this level right now.
Right.
I will tell you what, we took a big ass hit. OU have a lot longer history than OSU do from the winning side. We took a damn bad hit when we went from. And Blake really wasn't a bad hire. The bad hire was when they hired Blake, they wouldn't let him hire his assistant coaches.
They said you got to take. That's right.
I was in the midst of all that. Blake is my daughter's godfather. I was in the midst of this shit, and I'm saying Blake, the buck stops with you. Dude, fuck what they saying. You end up doing it because you're gonna be the one to get fired, whatever. But again, you know what? We took a hit. We took a hit with Snellenberg, big hit, and we went downhill. Now, all of those things, but eventually start kind of coming back. And like you say, the OSU brand is in jeopardy. And Boone Pickens is gone now.
That's right.
Boone Pickens is gone now. You know what I'm saying? So who's going to be there to bring that brand back?
Right. And that's what I said. And like you said, Tony, this is my line. And I say it with everything. Perception is reality. Even if it's not true. Even if it's not true. Because somebody's perception is their truth.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So
them white folks gonna be, oh, then let them go play someplace else. They gonna end up some same small trumpets people.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
That they gonna get him fired out of there, and they gonna
right.
have the program sitting there going because
Exactly.
they gonna be raising this ruckus when they ain't
Well,
gave no money to
that's
shit.
right. That's right. Because I say this, man, if you have 2 years of bad recruiting, that's a death sentence.
That's a
Because
death
think, 2 kids, 2 years of recruiting, you get a kid for 5 years. That's 10. That's 10 years.
Mhm.
and see
Dude,
the
you
kids,
might can't recover from that.
right?
Yep.
Because see, and what's so crazy about that, and they were just turning Oklahoma State's just now really turning the corner and getting
That's
some
right.
defense.
That's right. This was supposed to be the year because we
Yeah.
got a defense this year.
You got a
And
defense this year.
then this comes out. But hold on, y'all. It's even bigger than that. Our basketball is going through it too in Stillwater.
Right.
Yeah.
They're getting punished from Underwood, who ain't even there.
Right.
Wow.
Which I think is a big problem. They should go get him because he did it.
Right. And
But
which is still a sham.
right.
It's still a joke because
Right.
even the stuff that they taught, even accusing the Underwood and some of the other coaches of crap that been going on for years that the NCAA been pulling for a long time.
But we know, but Tony, you know, like I know, the biggest gangsters in college football is the NCAA.
Right.
Oh,
we
man,
know that. We know that.
NCAA, look, the NCAA is worse than the NFL owners.
Yes,
Right.
because at least players is getting paid in the NFL.
There you
Listen
go.
to this,
The
man.
hey, look here. How the fuck are you gonna tell me? First of all, this is not you. They just not start doing this transfer stuff. But how you gonna tell me that if I want to transfer, I can't? I gotta lose a year. But if this coach comes in, recruits, sits in my house, tells my mother and father that I'm gonna take care of your son, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then 3 months later, he bails and go to another.
Right. And he don't get he ain't gotta get no
best for me and my family. It's best for me and my family. And we want to do it. Really? I tell you what they need to start doing is make them buy their contract or make them have to sit out a year. I guarantee you they won't be
like the players do. But man,
make
I
them
said the
sit
exact same thing.
What's going to hurt them now in basketball is that now these kids is getting hyped. I mean, getting hip to it because they see now, oh, well, hell, the NCAA been getting over all these years. I'm just going to forego all that and just go to G League. Because that's what's really going to hurt them.
Well, they getting ready to do away with that one and done. They getting ready to do away with that one and done and go back to it. Because I don't think it was ever fair in football either. That if you look here, if you can go to the military at 18, if you can get out that field and you can carry that water and play, you should be able to have the ability to fail.
Right. Well, I say the same thing, guys. I say the same thing. Listen to this, man. I come home, my nephews playing that Nintendo football game. They got OSU team on it from '88. I'm on there, Barry Sanders, Hartley Dykes, and a guy named David Bailey. OSU got the money. I didn't get a dime. But they using me on this game.
That's what Ed O'Bannon sued. That's what Ed O'Bannon sued, and to be able to get the now. But here's the thing, though. What did they do after the lawsuit? All they did was switch all the numbers, switch everything to where your name is no longer on that information no more.
Right.
So they don't have to pay you.
And then they say, well, we giving you an education. I could have got an education at Tulsa Junior College.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, y'all making millions of dollars on me, and I don't get nothing.
Hey, look here. I get like my customers. I give you an ROI. I guarantee you, if you do an ROI, return on your investment, you paying for what? Give me $100,000 a scholarship. I mean, let's just say on the high end, $100,000. I done brought in tenfold what that is.
Yeah,
I got a national championship hanging on this banner up here, brother, that we didn't put up here. How much did that come? We on the TV. It was because of OU and Notre Dame that we sued the NCAA. That's why people negotiate their own contracts and why they're on TV now. Because of us.
That's right. That's right, man. And think about this, guys.
Back in the day, we on TV. We had to split our money with everybody in the Big Eight.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. That's
Every
right.
team.
That's right. That's right.
See, so they start talking about all this stuff. What social media also hurt the NCAA because it pulled the wool off of that little scam they can have it. So they start finding out these motherfuckers make. How can a college coach make $8 million a year?
Right.
That's right. They got to be making $30 million for it to be a good business deal.
Right.
How you making $8 million? And not only that, some of them got like Saban and other ones. They got in their contracts. They got to be the top 2 coaches all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So they always getting more money.
They need to pay these kids.
They got to go and renegotiate because every time somebody gets some more money, guess what? Cha-ching.
Right.
I mean,
That's exactly right.
unheard of, but I can't even get a motherfucking hamburger paid for me.
Dude, that's the way it was. And that's why I say, man, and like I know, I'm a numbers guy. I work at a bank. I'm a numbers guy. So I'm saying a 1 year is $14,000 scholarship. 1 year. Times that times 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is $64,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one football game on national television, there's the mean, there's the median. You always make the median, which is the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the middle. Dude, we were making $3 million, this in the 80s, $3 million a game minimum. That's the minimum, not the median. That's the minimum on a national football game. We played 6 games on national TV. That's with the minimum. That's $18 million.
That's 18 million right there. Now you divide 18 million by what you got? 55 players on the team. You divide that by 50. You know what I'm saying? And now you see what the return on your investment of $14,000 is bringing you, baby.
Now, and that. Hold on, we ain't even through. We ain't talking about paraphernalia, jerseys. We're not talking about all that stuff. You selling jerseys, making money. You selling. We go do autograph stuff.
Yeah.
You make
money.
You ain't talking about no part.
Right.
Hey, check this out. I make more money now going to these autograph sessions than I did back when I was doing back when I was playing and had my name on and everybody know who you was.
Right.
The most I got back then was maybe I got a meal.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they couldn't give you money. That's what they said. We can't give you money. It'll mess with your amateur status.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, man. So all I'm saying is the NCAA is the biggest pimp. It's the biggest pimp whore relationship I've ever seen.
So do you think? So guys, do y'all think that it's going to change?
That's my question.
They'll pass something to make it change now.
Well, it's fixing to change. Let me tell you, the only way it's going to change is if players get played. Let me tell you, Greg Anthony had the ticket. When he went to Vegas, Greg Anthony said, don't give me no scholarship. Pay me. And I'll pay for my own school. Y'all pay me, and I'll pay for my own school. That's the move. Cut me a check and let me pay for my own tuition. Right. Let me pay for my own stuff.
Here's why it's not. Here's why I'm a glass half full, and I'm not a pessimistic guy. Okay, and here's why I say it won't change from that standpoint. Just like, and we can transfer this. To the police brutality and see.
Sure.
It was evident. It wasn't a split second thing. It was evident. For 8 minutes and 46 seconds, this man sit on this man's neck.
Right.
And nobody, not one white person could deny this. It wasn't like, let me see the tape. Well, what did he do? I don't give a fuck what he did. For 8 minutes, the man was down. All right. And they was and everything was fine. But then all of a sudden, when it started, this uprising started going, this grassroots all across the country, now all of a sudden, these cops are wanting to walk on one car, which should be that, listen, you should want them to say, look, let's get rid of these bad ones because now it's going to make it easier for me to do my job.
Right.
But they got to understand why the white people didn't want it so bad that they said, listen, we are willing to fight. We are willing to fight the United States government to keep slavery.
Yeah.
Right.
They was willing to fight
That's
to
right.
keep slavery.
Yeah,
And
that
so,
was the Civil War.
and so these people right now, they're not starting a civil war from that standpoint, but they're willing to fight to be able to randomly kill black people at will.
That's right.
Period. And that's the same thing that's transferred over into the athletics. How the fuck? Because think about it, back in the day, blacks couldn't be quarterbacks.
Correct.
And guess what else? Look about this. It really wasn't a bunch of black safeties. Think about that.
Wow,
Because
that's where you hid. That's where you hid the
was
slow
considered
player.
the quarterback of the defense. It was
Correct.
always a white guy mostly playing
Correct.
safety. All right.
Correct.
So you got these things that's kind of going, and as long as we still got these racist ass plantation owners, they gonna give these courtesy interviews. That's what they're doing, courtesy interviews.
Right.
So how you gonna tell me, because you look at behind the scenes, why you gonna hire this coach? He was over here, didn't ever win there, and you gonna hire him to coach your team. He didn't win the last two teams he was
Correct.
just at.
Correct.
Quit recycling this garbage and give somebody else a chance. You know,
Correct.
you got who's McVay? What is he? 30 years old, 31 years old, 32?
Right. 33 or something like that.
33 years old. So you willing to get this young man McVay? What's my man's name who just got out at Arizona?
Oh yeah, not Lee. What is his name?
He came from Kingsbury. You know, you got all these. You willing to give these guys unproven?
He couldn't be the top coach.
I know. So you willing to give these unproven college coaches a try, but you got proven NFL coaches who's been in there, who's been doing the job, who's got some success, and you won't even give them a job. You won't even give them an opportunity.
No.
You'll let them be assistant coaches, but won't let them be head coaches.
Yeah. Well, of course, because guess what? Because being an assistant coach and running that scheme is going to keep me looking good because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Them organizations may be paying them guys handsomely, but fuck that. If you're a coach, that's like a player. You know, people are like, I don't care. If I'm making $10 million, I won't sit on the bench. No, that's not a player's mentality. A player's mentality wants to be on the field.
Play. That's right. They want to play.
If you pay me $10 million, I want to play. So a coach, if he's coaching, he's like, I don't care about you playing. I want to be the head coach. I want to run my own show.
Right.
So
I agree, man. And that's at every level. That's at every level. We can go to high school and say that. Still, there is a stigma that a white coach is smarter than a black coach.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the stigma. Like they said, a white quarterback is smarter. Look at the NFL right now with Lamar Jackson. They have tape with these so-called guys that know this game saying, we're not sure he has the mental capacity to learn to be a pocket quarterback.
You might as well just look at me in the face and say, hey, dumb motherfucker, come over here and let me talk to you.
That's exactly what they're saying. Now that the top quarterbacks, out of the 5 top quarterbacks in the NFL, 3 of them are black. Now what can they say?
Right.
I thought y'all said black guys weren't intelligent enough.
Well,
but
I know what they're gonna say. I know what they're gonna say. They're gonna say it's the athletic ability got them there.
No, they still gotta football will never change. You gotta run, you gotta catch, you gotta pass, you gotta block.
That's right.
At every level, that will always be football.
Right.
The players will be a little more advanced athletically, a little more advanced intelligently, but the fact of the matter is football will never change. Those 4 things you will always have to do. Why is it that coaches, they outcoach themselves a lot of times? Why do coaches say, this is my scheme and I'm gonna put players in it? When you need to see what kind of players you have and put your scheme around your talent.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. That's why I always respected Notre Dame. Do anybody remember Reggie Brooks that played in Booker T? Played for Notre Dame. Played for the Redskins, right?
Right.
This guy went to Notre Dame. He was a running back, an All-American running back out of high school. He went to Notre Dame. Lou Holtz said, son, I got I got 3 running backs in front of you right now. But you're a good enough athlete. You're a good enough athlete. If you go play cornerback, you can play right now. Lou Holtz said, if I'm going to lose with my best 22 athletes out there right now.
That's right.
And he started at DB. And then when them other running backs graduate, they move him to running back, and he goes straight to the NFL.
Wow.
I respect Lou Holtz. Do I think Lou Holtz was an asshole? By all means. But when I say that man knew how to put players and he knew how to win, the dude knew how to win, man.
Yeah. That's a person who that's a person who doesn't let their ego get in the way.
Exactly.
I want to say something real funny about that real quick, Melvin.
Yeah.
I remember asking my dad, because I was playing football then. I said, what the hell is Dad? What the hell is Doobie playing corner?
Yeah.
What's running back? He said, you want to play, don't you?
You want to play. That's exactly right. They had his brother. They had Tony Brooks. They had Tony Brooks. They had the Bus.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to get to play running back, but he was a good enough athlete. He could go play cornerback. You know what they said? I know you ain't never played DB before, but check this out. See that guy right there? I just need you to run with him and don't let him catch the ball.
Just don't let him catch the ball.
That's all I need you to do.
Because this is one thing we do know. Everybody grew up playing stand-line football. Say, you got that man, and you don't let. You got that man right there. And that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. What's my man? Okay.
That's right. Tony, I went to OSU to play safety. I was a free safety. But we had Mark Moore, who was All-American 2 years. I said, I got to wait my turn. They said, we need a corner. Guess what? I said, I can play corner. I ain't never played corner in my life. But you know what? I did play man-to-man basketball.
That's right.
So I said, all I got to do is stay with this dude and don't let him catch the ball. That's all I got to do. Shit, I can do that. I do that every day.
Let me tell you something. You talking about cut off your nose and spite your face. We had a very, very, very old, and I'm gonna say, a very, I don't want to say racist, but I won't say.
He's talking about Proctor? You talking about Coach Proctor?
From Arkansas? Yeah, from Arkansas. Now we got blacks all throughout, and he would never let us play man to man.
What?
We played a fucking zone, a 2-man, a cover 2, which is basically an umbrella zone, which will keep for a running team. That's fine, but when you for a team, you talking about getting your ass exploited. You know,
it's too many holes.
All you gotta do for that is run 2 people vertical. Well,
that's right.
The safety's got to go one way or another. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And if you want both vertical, then you got both safeties taken out of the thing. Okay.
That's
so
right.
we would never run man to man. Every time we run man to man in the coverage, boom, shut it down. Shut it down. But we would never let that kind of go because he couldn't get out of mentality. And another thing was he always tried to make sure white guy was playing. Playing safety. Well, if you got white guy playing safety, that means you got to have somebody up close to bump these receivers a lot and
slow them down.
And that's the only thing that cover 2 would do is to get our corners on the receivers to try to slow them down some. Because our safeties was 5 flat, 5-2 safeties.
Right. I remember Coach Proctor, man, with that heavy voice.
Man, he be trying to call me now. And I don't be answering. And Terry Peters be like, Tony, Terry talked to him. He's like, I try to call Tony sometimes. He don't never answer. What do you want to talk to me now about for? What do you want to talk to me now for? You know, I was
Tony, that was your coach, man. You need to respect this gangster.
Listen here. And that's why I was hesitant. And that's why I was hesitant in how to describe it. Because again, I do understand something. He's gotten better older, but I do understand you got to take a person where they come from. Right. Their age. This man here grew up in the they used to fold helmets up and put it in their fucking back pockets. You know what I'm saying? He's from Arkansas, dude. You know what I'm saying? This ain't never seen no black folks. You know what I'm saying? And Coach will tell you about how them folks in Arkansas was. And because he lived on the wrong side of the tracks, You know, where the blacks live, the white people wouldn't let him date their kids, wouldn't let him come around, none of those things. When he went to the prom, he had to have a buddy go pick up the girl to go get her. Because he hung out on the black side of town. Why? Because his dad was fucking all black women. His dad got killed by a black woman.
Come on, man. Don't say that.
Dude, pick up like his dad got killed.
That is in the book. That is in the book.
His dad got killed by a black woman. Here's the thing: you have to let him tell the story because what's in the book, damn sure ain't how it really went down. And here's the thing: he got killed by a black woman, and it wasn't even a black woman he was messing with. He was messing with one black woman. It was another black woman who killed his dad because she was pissed off that he was messing with another black woman.
Oh, you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
That's why the white folks did. That's why the white folks always didn't like Switzer because how close that it seemed that he was with black folks. But let me just tell you something. Switzer was just this. He was one of those coaches that, you know what? He doesn't need to embarrass you or berate you out in public.
Right. That's right. Hey, man.
Because I'm going to tell you, because when if he had to call you in the office, oh, he gonna fuck you up when you're in the office and talk bad about you and all that shit. And another good thing is when the door opens and you go out, it's all over.
You know what, man? I did not realize when Switzer came to recruit me because I was gonna go to OU because Patrick Collins at OU, Wayne was at OU. I was gonna go to OU. He came to my house and he was telling me all this stuff, and I said, "Ain't no way a white boy can be that cool. Ain't no way." He put on a show. This can't be real. This can't be real. But man, after that, today, me and Coach Switzer is cool as a fan. And I didn't even play for him.
Yeah.
Right today.
He came to recruit me. He came up to Douglas one day. It was out of season. And I'm down in the girls' gym. We used to shoot dice down in the girls' gym. They was asking, "Where's Rayburn?" You know, I guess they told me at the girls' gym. He comes down to the girls' gym. We down there shooting dice. What did he do?
Start shooting dice with you.
Get on the motherfucking knee.
He's that kind of. He's that cool.
I said, "Oh yeah, we got big money to get in there. Come on, cause we shoot for quarters. We shoot for quarters and dimes. You feel me? You got no money. Shoot quarters and dimes." I said, "Oh, we got big money out here now. Come on, let's do this."
But he was. I got to give him props, and let me tell you what else was good about Switzer that I saw as I got older and got to look at the game. Switzer let his assistant coaches coach.
Yeah.
He let them coach, man.
And that was good.
I do too.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad because you had Proctor who was not doing the right things. But you think about Merv.
Yep.
Merv.
Hey,
gonna put
I'm gonna tell you, the coaches who had these coaches was good. When they had the linebackers who had Lucius Selman.
Right, Lucius Selman.
You know what I'm saying? The offensive lineman they had Merv. You know what I'm saying? Merv, that was good. To the coach of the time. One time when he was there, what's the name? He was finished up in Texas just a few years back.
Texas.
At University of Texas. Who?
Strong.
No. White dude. Before Strong.
It was a white dude. It was a white dude.
Dude before Strong.
You know about our coach Mac Brown, right?
Who? Mac Brown. Mac Brown was a good coach. Mac Brown was at OU. Okay. Mac Brown was a good coach. Mac Brown was a good one. But I'm telling you what, these other motherfuckers, was sorry as hell. Sadler, Gibbs, who was the defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Gibbs was
and how that even came about was because we had Rex Morris was our defensive coordinator, and supposedly Gibbs is just up and coming, and they wanted to hire somebody was gonna hire him away. Well, the powers that be, because Rex was too close to all these black players, and Gibbs was this lily white boy, and boom, he becomes defensive coordinator. Spencer gives him a job, defensive coordinator. Demotes Rex. Rex stays there, finishes out that year, bounces out, and he goes and ends up going and coaching for the Seahawks, and they finishes at the Seattle Seahawks. You know, but again, Switzer did give his assistants the ability to coach, and that was a good thing. when they did the right thing.
Right,
but then we
right.
had clowns that did not do the right thing. And here's what he would tell them something. You know how the fuck I got on the field? You know, this is how I got. I'm gonna tell you how I got on the field. My sophomore year, we used to have we have the pro day back then. The scouts would come in the spring. The NFL scouts would come in the spring. They timed the seniors and stuff. Well, we got to run too, as everybody else. Buster Rhymes. Buster was a senior that was kind of going. And I will tell you a story about Booker Paul, your Booker T alumni.
Oh yeah, I remember Booker Paul.
So we got running. We got running. So even though you run with somebody, you individually time. Buster was a fast one teammate. Bam! I whooped Buster's ass. Boom! They clocked and said, "Damn, 4.34." Boom! I ran another one. 4.29. What? It kind of got circulated. Switzer says, "I want him on the field."
No, is that how it happened?
He told Gibbs, "I want him on the field."
Wow.
I remember you on there.
Gibbs didn't want to play. Gibbs didn't want to play me. Yo, shit. I was playing. Gibbs wasn't there my freshman year. My freshman year, I came. I was playing. I broke my ankle going into the fourth game. And back then, if you don't play your fourth game, then you can hardship.
Red. That's right. That's right.
And so I ended up hardshipping the rest of my true freshman year. Came back my next freshman year. Boom, I'm trying to play and should be starting right then. But Gibbs keep me on the sideline. And after that, he's like, I want him on the field. I ended up starting that next spring, fall, about 5 more years. I ended up starting.
Right.
But I had to fight every year, every game, every year I had to fight with Gibbs about something, somewhere or another. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So we out there doing this 40 run. All right, 40-yard dash. Booker's senior. Booker comes out there in the shorts. Now you remember these little shorts we used to wear back in the day?
Yeah, these little booty shorts. Yeah.
These days to do. So Booker comes out to run. He ain't got no tennis shoes, but he gonna run barefoot.
Oh shit.
He gonna run barefoot. This big Neanderthal man, Booker Paul, was a specimen, dude.
Yes.
This motherfucking big, dude. He was a one play. You know that Battlestar Galactica, the game Galactica?
Right.
He can play it with one hand. His hand would go all over the damn thing. It wasn't no little thing. So he gets ready to run. Booker starts running. He ain't even got a motherfucking jock on.
Oh.
He gets halfway down the thing. Nigga Dick just stopped running down
Oh man.
He's running. Just stopping back and forth. Everybody just looking, just stop. The scouts and them ain't even looking at their watches, sitting up on that. He was dating what's her name? She's over at the that junior college right now in Tulsa. She's
at Tulsa Junior College?
Yeah, she's runs Rebecca. What is Rebecca?
Rebecca Marks Jemison. Rebecca Marks Jemison.
Oh yeah.
At the time. And Rebecca was in one of my class. We used to be laughing about Rebecca. We don't know how the hell. We don't know how your ass is even walking. Man, every time you get a Booker never leaves it. Because it was one of those moments that everybody just happened to be stopping, looking at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody just had to be looking, and everybody's stunned, going, "What the fuck?"
Oh man.
Quiet.
Big Booger Paul. Big sweet Booger Paul.
Laughed it off. Man, he just laughed it off, man. I ain't never been hit so hard by Booger Paul. I was a freshman when Booger was a senior at Booker T. And I played varsity. I'm running down on the kickoff, man. Booker Paul stuck out an elbow just like this. And I tried to run around him. I thought I got around him because I was like, oh, I missed him. Man, I kept running. Next thing I know, I can't breathe. He did kind of clip me and knock the wind out of me. Man, I was running. I just fell. Boom, like I got shot. I used to tell Booger, man, I said, Booger, man, I ain't liked you from a long time.
So who was your in your opinion? Because I know you guys may have played against each other sometimes. So
no, I didn't get to play against Tony. Tony was a little older than me.
Okay, so in your opinion, who was the one that you was like, damn, that guy right there can really play. I mean, not nobody that you would like you knew personally, but like you just seen across the field.
Now
you run into on Saturdays.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, man. At Oklahoma State, I played my best games, man, against the biggest. You know, when we played OU in Nebraska, I played my best games.
Right.
Because those were the toughest people. We played Florida State in bowl games. I played my best games against the best. So when we played OU, man, my job was to stick Keith Jackson. Ooh. That was my job because that's who they threw the ball to. Keith. They try to throw it to somebody else, but Keith Jackson was the man.
Here's what was deceiving about it, because Keith was fast for a tight end.
Yeah, he was.
He was, because he really wasn't big. He wasn't really a big guy.
No, he really wasn't.
He was really kind of soft and squishy.
Yeah.
You know? But he had the weight to play tight end. But you didn't think back then tight ends wasn't really fast and moving around like that.
Right. He changed the game. He started splitting out, splitting the tight end out. Keith Jackson started that.
Yeah.
So we knew if it was 3rd and 7, OU running loaded option. They running loaded option.
When I was playing, it might be 3rd and 15. You know what we're gonna run?
Loaded option.
We're gonna run an option, and we would pick that shit up sometimes. My hardest teams was always Texas,
right,
and Nebraska.
Yeah, you always have to throw Nebraska in there. You got but the players, Nebraska, the only player.
I'll tell you who the players was. When we played Nebraska one year, nigga, they had Turner Gill at quarterback.
Okay.
They had Irvin Fryer as the slot.
Right.
They had Mike Rozier as the run tailback.
Right.
And they had Tom Rathman as a fucking fullback.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Yes, brother. Let me tell you something. I hit Tom Rathman. Look, it was like the Red Sea party. I came up. I had to come in the first play because that was my year. I was a freshman. It was like they ran a dive play. And I'm playing safety, and it was like the sea party. And there he was, and there I was. I hit him as it came through, and I swear to you, I don't remember nothing about the rest of the game.
No, I can believe that. We used to have concussions all the time, Tony, and we didn't come out the game.
Yeah. So you say who was the worst, brother? We had 4 Irvin, it was 4 skill positions.
Right.
Irvin, Turner Gill, Mike Rozier, Tom Rathman. It was just pick your poison. And I'll tell you somebody else didn't get a lot of notoriety though. He played at Miami.
Who?
Braxton. Played Braxton.
Oh yeah. Braxton was nice. Yeah, he was nice.
I'll tell you what, this fool, he was a running back. He had a full cage, like the lineman full cage. And not a short full cage. The full cage that used to come way down here. You know, a running back is got a damn full cage on.
Yeah, he got a lineman face mask.
Hey man, look here, dude. I hit that dude. I'm like, okay, Tony, you understand? It's gonna be all day, and we respect each other. It's like, okay, shit, I'm gonna be here all day. I am too. I'm like, I said to myself, nigga, you gonna have to bring your hat every time you hit this nigga, because he ain't gonna sometimes you can pump. You know what I'm saying, man?
Right,
you can hit him sometimes a few times to get a lick on him, and they'll
get soft.
They look soft. One time I hit his ass, and he spit and turned, and so he was wide open like this, and I put my hand around his chin. I knew it was that motherfucker bounced up after that thing. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
Hey, I remember, man. We was playing OU in Norman. Who's the little wide receiver, man? Number 1. What was his name?
Buster Brown.
Number 1.
No, that was one. That was what's the name? Quarterback.
No, it wasn't. It was a little dark running wide receiver. I'll never forget this, man. He runs a slant route.
PJ Mills?
No, little brother. What was his? He was number 1 though. Did he wear number 1 or did he wear number 3?
No, that's Derek Shepard, number 3.
Derek Shepard. It was Derek Shepard.
That was my roommate.
Derek Shepard. Derek Shepard he talking shit the whole game. He run a slant route. I came straight up and just hit him straight in his face. Boom! Then Jamel throws the ball after I knock him out. Man, that's pass interference. I said, get your punk ass up. Get your punk ass up and get back to the huddle. Because I'm gonna hit your ass every time you come out here. Oh man, it was the funniest shit. I remember Mark Moore hit him so hard that how Stillwater was, you could go up under the drain right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Moore hit him on the sideline, man. He flew up under the drain. They had to go up under there and get him. I said, Mark Moore hit people like you did.
Hey, you remember? Go ahead.
Let me ask y'all a question. Now with the way the Big 12 is formed now, with A&M, Nebraska, Colorado, Missouri gone, does that? What do y'all think about it now? Is the competition level? I mean, I know I always we hear that every year about how it's offensive driven league now. But what do y'all think about it now with the competition?
Well, I think that the game has completely changed. Like the way Tony used to hit people. If he hits somebody like that now, he's kicked out the game.
Yeah,
it's a finesse game now. All the guys I played with couldn't play today.
Yeah,
they wouldn't last a half.
Yeah,
the way they hit people. So the game has changed to offense. It used to be defense win championships.
Well,
and it still is. And it still is.
Championship. However, what they do is, Mel, they every time that they make an NFL, college, whatever. Every time the defense catches up to what the offense is doing,
they change the rules.
Because what? Because people say they don't nobody want to come out and see a 3-3 game.
No, they want to see 45 to 50.
Yeah, they want to see motherfuckers score. Because you know what? We used to talk about this shit all the time. We see highlights. We might have beat a team, let's say 7-0.
Right.
All right.
They showed a touchdown.
One touchdown, right? But all the fucking highlights are going to be nothing but the offense running up and down the field, and the defense is the one who shut the team out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, like that, you kind of go. Now, to your point, Leslie, about with the competition, I think that the style of football has changed. It has become now open passing. Everything is passing. Basically, football is 7-on-7 now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And you can't hit them. And you can't hit them.
Football is 7-on-7. And with that being said, offenses always have the advantage. If the defensive guy, if you can't touch a guy and you can't slow him up, then I can run anywhere. Back in sandlot football, you at least had to say you got to count to 10 and rush the quarterback because you can't let him stand back and catch the ball all day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let the ball run down to the end of the field and throw the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the level has changed, and by them other teams leaving, it was a monetary reason why they left.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It was all about money.
I think they're regretting that because they're not getting the monetary things that the windfall that they thought they would get from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. It was a monetary thing why they left. And so, you know what? Because the Big 8 used to be smash mouth football.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that's where it goes. I gotta go pick up my son at 10 here. At 10. And it's 5 minutes. I didn't realize it was almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it is, man.
I gotta go pick up my son. You look here.
Guys.
It's been great talking to y'all. Anytime, Charles, anytime, holler at me. Melly Mel, I'm always down, brother.
I got you, brother.
Leslie, I'm gonna think about getting your Douglas card back about that OSU thing. But hey,
that's all right, brother.
You have to sleep on that.
Before you go, I want to make sure that the loudmouth talk show participants, like I told Melvin, when you guys go to the skybox there at the Stillwater and Norman, we can attend with y'all.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, I'll send you something because you know what? I don't have the patience to sit in. I don't have the patience to wait in traffic.
That's
I don't want to sit and do no lines, even though I can go in the box and all that kind of stuff. It's sweet.
Right.
I ain't got time for the patience to sit in that. I'm a dude now. I got a remote. I don't even watch a full game or nothing. I put channels back and forth. So if I get some tickets, I'll just get a ticket and send it to Charles, and y'all can go to the game. Charles, you and Leslie, y'all can go to the game and enjoy yourself.
All right,
there you go.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
Hey, man.
Y'all take care of his joy.
Y'all be cool, man. Y'all take care.
All right.
I'll holler at you. All right.
Take care.
All right. Good night.
Now I get out of this motherfucker.
Okay. You'll push the little button down there. There you go. All right, Mel. This was nice.
Man. Y'all take it easy,
for
bro.
all the information.
All right, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Talk. All right.
All right.